Hi, my name is Daniel Price. I'm the founder of DXP Jookin Tutorials and a Memphis street dance legend. Um, I've done a lot of things. I've co-directed on Broadway. Um, I pretty much blueprinted the Jookin community for its events, how you see them today. Um, I've created competitions for our community. I'm a cultural leader more than I am what you would call a celebrity. Um, I stood for my dance culture for many years because it was the actual key and source to me becoming a better human. I've been teaching Jookin since I was about 15 years old. Ever since I started Jookin, I've wanted to teach it because I was very fascinated with the range of movement that you could do with this style. When I came and visited Date Academy, I talked about this, and I talked about, just some of the main things that we like to do in the style. That was fun. What's up, guys? The reason we started DDC, Digital Dance Culture, is because of the cultural relativity that street dance cultures have nationwide. We all have impoverished neighborhoods, lack of opportunity. All of these things are in the neighborhoods where street dance was created. So DDC, we want to highlight that similarity amongst those cultures while at the same time showing that we are human beings. We are regular people. We are so regular that everyone dances. We just happen to specialize in it. So if everyone dances, then we need to be telling our story about how it came to be, why they do the dance moves that they do, or why certain styles are interesting to them based on the music that they listen to. All of these things are very interesting. The clothes that we wear, the way that we carry ourselves as dancers, as entertainers, as opposed to how rappers or how businessmen do, or how rappers that are businessmen, all of these things come into play when you're talking about building the cultural world of street dance. Digital dance culture is there to help street dancers become what we are supposed to become. And that is entertainers that can sustain and have a family, because we're beneficial to the entertainment industry as well. We help keep music alive. In addition to that, we're in the digital era. When you're looking at street dance 15 or 20 years ago, it's not as flashy in terms of how it's advertised today. They didn't have the opportunities that we had. They really had to have a resume like those of Little Buck and John Buggs and Ron Miles. You had to have a long resume, to prove that you could be in a movie. Now you can go out and get it. You can go out and get it in. You can brag about it, and everybody knows you. This is a part of the digital dance era. See, so there are millions of dancers potential. How will they have an opportunity to shine as bright as those guys did in Hollywood? It's very rare, but the underground music world did it. They were able to make stars from their world, and we believe that we can be the foundation and platform that helps bring street dance from the underground. On an educational note, there are at least 10 street dance cities in America. I'll name some of them. In California, you have Oakland, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Sure, there's more. There's Fresno. There's a lot of places in California where street dance was, but those are some main ones that are still alive today. Oakland, San Francisco, and LA. Then you have Memphis, of course. That's where I'm from. You have Atlanta, which is a trend dance city today. Florida, the founders of the South Miami Juke. They had their own dance moves down in Miami. Chicago, they had footwork. And Jit, They have their footwork style there in Chicago. In Detroit, JIT. I'm sorry. In Detroit, there's JIT. But you know, footwork and JIT, they kind of listen to the same type of music at times. So they, you know, the techno style of music. In New York, all of the boroughs of New York are related to street dance. But they have flexing in Brooklyn, which came from the Bruck Up. And then in New Jersey, they've been very well endowed with the ability to have a street dance style and funk style. We've had Dance Mogul magazine come visit Memphis several times. In Washington D.C., they had a style called go-go. You know, and another educational note, up in Detroit, JIT is one of the oldest street dance styles to date, besides the ones out of California. There's a lot to be known about street dance, and there's a lot that is related to what we do today in dance that comes from 50 years ago, 60 years ago. And there's so much to know and so much to learn, and we want to deliver it to you through digital dance culture. So let me tell you guys a story. When I was about 15 or 16 years old, you know, there were no digital, you know, memory cards, things of that nature. You know, editing equipment was very expensive in this time. Like, I was too young to even explain to my parents why I would need something like that, because it wasn't going to make me enough money to even have it at that age. But I did ask them for a video camera. They gave me a video camera for my birthday. I loved it. I appreciated them for all of my life for it, because it changed my life. It gave me the opportunity to, you know, to become that cameraman for myself and really dive into my own creations. With this camera, I had a PlayStation 2 and I had a Dreamcast and I had a VCR. I wanted to make tapes that had music dubbed over them because the music wasn't loud enough, or we had headphones on when we were taping. I didn't know how to do that. So I went and got some tips from some guys at school on how I could use audio and video plugs, you know, between devices. It's funny that we even knew about this stuff back then at this capacity, but it's kind of easy, you know. So I took my PlayStation 2 and my VCR and I stacked them on top of each other. And I took my camera and I took the video from my camera and I ran it into my VCR. And I took the audio from my PlayStation, which I could play CDs on, and I put it into the VCR. Oh, no, I ran the PlayStation 2 into the VCR. And then I hit play on my camera at the same time that I would hit play on my joystick. I couldn't see it, so I was blind. I had to hit play on my joystick to play the music. When I hit play on the camera and I played the music, I hit record on the VCR, and boom, I'm producing tapes. This was my first encounter with digital media and how to process it and edit it, you know, from a very rough standpoint, not professionally. It just made me more interested. It just made me more intrigued and want that equipment to be able to do that. That's helped me tremendously today. You know, that was about 20 years ago. And today, I have my own digital platform, so to speak, with DXP Jookin tutorials. I mean, we have a flourishing Instagram personality. We've had in the summer of 2020, we became the #1 dance tutorial site on the GoDaddy network. I built the website on GoDaddy. I did all the graphics on Photoshop. You know, I did all the work to make, you know, the picture for people to see what I'm trying to emote to them about Jookin. You know, from that, I hooked up with my partner in dance, Future. He's one of the younger guys, one of the younger legends from the Jookin community. with DXP Jookin Tutorials, we were able to make productions that were very, very successful in teaching people how to juke properly on the beat. Then, you know, from that, we developed the idea to create a virtual online class in the wake of COVID-19. And the name of that class was LABN. So LABN stands for Learn a Bounce Note. Bounce notes, it's a term from the book that I wrote, The Jook, in 2010, which is the historical analysis and manual for Memphis Jookin. So I decided to take all of these bounce notes, which I had made 152 of them, and make dance classes out of them. I mean, if I can take different rhythm signatures, I can put different motions on them limitlessly. And I can teach you the elements and the details of how juking is to be done from these particular rhythms. That is what LABN is about. It came from a digital idea to make a video game of juking. And it became a real life emulation of that video game idea, which is great. My advice to the young guys out there, I mean, if you look at these Instagrammers and you look at the social medians out here right now, their creativity, their will to connect to you, it is the most important asset that you can have to be able to connect to your audience if you are to be an entertainer like myself at one point. I'm a teacher now, but I still have to live by those same principles because my marketing materials and my advertising materials, they have to be entertaining. They have to grab the audience. They have to have some sort of material in it that is important to the subject matter that I uphold, which is teaching you Memphis Jookin. But it also needs to be entertaining. So, you know, rap music helps that. But you also need a mind for yourself. You have to have vision about where you want to be with your product rather than where you are or where you're going right now. Like, where does it need to end up? You know, my personal endeavors have shown me that, you know, I like to edit. I like to video edit. I like to make things. I like to create. If that is you and you have other talents that can go with that, then this is the time in the world where digital media, like your particular connection to digital media, you need to learn now. See, because we started working on YouTube in 2005. I was 19. I was young. Before that, I played video games. I was very good on the computer. You know, I had all of these precursors that had me ready to video edit, you know, to make beats and edit pictures and photos. And being able to dance, I'm my own product. This is where the road begins for entertainers today that use social media. Like, you have to be your own product. Yes, once you've made it and once you're successful, or once you've gotten people's attention, yes, you can get help, you can get assistance. But you have to go out there and you have to make the product yourself. You have to find a way to get on that stage, so to speak. You got to make your way to the stage and then people will see you. That's my advice to you. So about LABN. LABN is going really well right now. It's become a successful series worldwide with people that want, you know, alternative, eccentric knowledge about street dance and freestyling. We're in season 2 right now of the 2G series. There are 4 different series that will be coming out over the next 3 years. 2G being one of them. We're in season 2 of that. It'll wrap up in January 21, and then we'll start the 4G series. But season 1 is on DDCTV online if you want to pick up LABN. They have a plethora of our products and packages, but specifically they exclusively have LABN season 1. It's 18 episodes. It's over, man, it's a lot. It's 3-hour episodes, so you do the math, you know. We put a lot of work into making sure that our students know what they want to know, as well as teaching them what they need to know about motion and rhythm, and, you know, the nature of rhythm and motion in balance, like balancing out the timing with your ability to think and create. It's great amongst adults. We haven't experimented with the youth, but I would love to work with the youth and help them to understand a lot of things that I wish that I understood when I was 15 years old, you know, really 10 years old. I've always liked dance. If I knew what I know now, back then, I probably would have explored it at a much younger age, as in physically explored. But LABN is going really well. On Christmas 2020, we're coming out with a production with Lil Buck. He'll be bringing out a 3-part series throughout the first quarter of 2021. And we're really excited about that because he is an expert practitioner of standing on his tiptoes. And we're going to start it off with Toe Styles 201, you know, helping the world to become better athletes as dancers. Albert Einstein said, dancers are God's athletes, you know, and, you know, Lil Buck is a perfect example of that. And him joining the DXP team for this particular venture, it's a testament to what we represent in terms of the knowledge for industry and for the streets that we provide in street dance. I'm Daniel Price. Thank you, goodbye, and peace.